Good morning. Do you hear the birds? I don't know if you could hear them. We have these birds outside that have built a nest in our little birdhouse, and they are every morning and every evening like chirping away. Welcome back to a vlog. I'm stocking up on my cough drops for the day. I am walking into my very final IEP day. I have 4 IEPs today. My voice she is hanging in there. We'll be drinking lots of water today. I'll also be on the move today. I'm going to 3 different sites, a lot going on. I also didn't sleep well last night. I feel like I'm saying that a lot on the vlog lately. This cold is really making it hard for me to fall asleep at night because I'm coughing a lot. I'm getting better, but struggle was a little bit real last night. So we're running off of like a little bit of energy today, which is fine. We're gonna do it. We're gonna make it. It's gonna be great. I'm excited to talk about how great all these kids are doing. And I'm also very sad. I am feeling a little bit emotional about these kids going to transitional kinder and kindergarten. They're leaving preschool, and I love all of them, and it's gonna be a little hard for me, I think, because I got attached. They say don't get attached, right? No, they don't say that. You should get attached because you build connections in this job, and that's why I love it. All right, let's go. I gotta get out the door. Okay, I'll see you there. All right, we're at Chipotle, getting lunch. 3 meetings down, y'all. 3 meetings down. I have to recap in a minute because I'm literally about to get my lunch out of the window here, but we're doing it. We're doing the dang thing. World's worst vlogger reporting for duty. I have no voice after 4 IEPs. I don't even want to show you my face. I look so tired, but we did it. We're done with IEPs. I'm sorry I couldn't film. Everything was so back to back today, so I couldn't really film much. Hold on, let me turn on the AC in here. It's getting hot. It's annoying if I'm cut off by my steering wheel like this. Might be a little annoying, huh? I don't know. I'm trying to place my little, I'm in a Mini Cooper, man. I don't have many options when it comes to phone stands, you know, and all that mumbo jumbo. But okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about today. So first things first, I had an IEP at one site. Where was I? I don't even know where I was today. I was at 3 different places. Had an IEP this morning that was like about an hour and a half IEP for a student that all of my students today, by the way, like the progress and growth and like it's just amazing for all these kids to talk about their growth, but all of them were transition meetings. All of them are leaving me. All my babies are leaving me. And it was so hard not to get emotional in these meetings. In the first meeting, this one is the little guy. I mentioned in my last vlog, like he and I have just a super special bond. Got to hang out with him because he wanted to play blocks with me. So like I was trying to be like an SLP, but also just like have fun and play blocks with my student. But that was just such a fun meeting, and I cried a little bit because he's just my buddy, man. He's going to TK, and I'm not going to be his speech therapist anymore, and that's the circle of life. So that was a really good meeting. And then I had 2 meetings back to back at another site. So it was like boom, 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 1, 2, 3. We had those 2 meetings for a set of twins. I have a lot of twins on my caseload. I feel like I've had twins on my caseload every year since I started in preschool. So we had their meetings, and it was so good. All of these meetings, I felt like there were so many team members in them. So I just feel like it was one of those days where I don't feel like I want to be that social, and I had to be super on for like everybody. I mean, obviously for parents and stuff, but like it was just so many team members, and I started to feel a little bit overwhelmed at the end of the 3rd meeting just with how many people I was interacting with today. But I knew I was gonna have to go and do it all over again in this last meeting, which I did. Sometimes as a preschool specialist, as an early interventionist in our district, especially when we're doing these transition meetings and we're meeting with teams that work with like elementary aged kids, sometimes it is very apparent to me A lot of the times in these transition meetings, if they're not like at the school that I currently work at with preschool, there is some resistance. That's what I'm trying to say. A resistance. There's a resistance to preschool. I'm not saying I'm taking this personally, because I'm really not. I just see it. Like, I guess this is like my PSA moment of like, if you're a professional, if you're an SLP that works on the opposite end, I would encourage you to try and be open-minded towards your preschool, your early intervention colleagues, because we're doing the hard work too. Like, but it goes on the opposite side too. Like, I know from my perspective, like, my job sometimes feels very intense, very challenging, but then I also can understand that on other ends it might seem more intense, more challenging. I'm not saying mine is more than yours is more than mine. Like, we all have our degrees of specialties for a reason, but I don't know, just in some of these meetings today, I did have some moments where I started to feel like super resisted. I don't know if that makes any sense, but that's kind of how it goes for like our preschool transition meetings. And it's kind of discouraging, or it can be. I'm not saying I'm discouraged, but it can be very discouraging to sit at a table and almost feel like you say something and then everything is questioned by one of your colleagues. Like, it's okay to be questioned. I'm not saying it's not okay to be questioned, but I sense a pattern of being questioned for the same things because it's coming from a preschool specialist versus somebody that maybe works in middle school or elementary school. And it's just a bummer sometimes to feel like just because I work with preschool, I'm not seen as like a full SLP. Like, I'm just legitimately saying that that's sometimes how I feel. And I've talked to many a preschool SLP, and I know I'm not alone in that. I've also talked to many an education specialist that works with early intervention, and they feel the same way. Yeah, so sometimes I just feel a little discouraged. However, blah, 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 blah. Let's celebrate, because we just finished our last IEP of the school year. I think I'm gonna call Mark. I have about 40 minutes to kill before my in-home session. It's like down the street from here. I honestly might just sit in my car right here, because I don't want to go spend money at Starbucks and get a tea, even though I should, because my voice sounds like crap. But I think I'm just gonna sit here and just chill and maybe listen to some music or a podcast. I should have brought my Kindle. I really should have brought my Kindle.
This new thing is not going to work.
Just call.
If you started going like this to me, it would pass as a viable human interaction. I see how this household works. Careful, there's parchment paper in there. Good morning. Hello. I slept last night. I'm sounding more like myself. I'm finally feeling over whatever cold I've had for the last like 2.5, 3 weeks. And I'm so grateful. I mean, still obviously a little congested, but nothing like I was even 2 days ago, which is amazing. So I'm surprised, because after all the talking I did yesterday at the meetings, I'm just surprised. But hello, we are going to be checking things off our list today. I want to show you kind of how I shut things down after the school year. So like, what we do with our data and my student files and all of that. I figured we could go through that today because I'm trying to get a lot done. Since the next couple days, I want to like enjoy the last hurrahs with my preschoolers. We still have a full week of school left. Like we have the rest of this week, today's Tuesday, and then next week we have Monday through Thursday, but preschool will only be here Tuesday, Wednesday next week. And I will probably be just doing a lot of organization and stuff. I'll probably vlog and probably take you along for that, but it's not going to be like, I have things that are due Friday, like my end of the year checkout stuff with the district, all the sped tidbits that I'm trying to get done as much as I can today. So you get to do it with me. I feel like yesterday I was so scattered when it came to talking about the IEPs. I was on like no sleep. It's just kind of crazy that it's over. That it flew by like that. But one of the things we do when we are wrapping up at the end of a school year is our district is they always require us to send in copies, not the originals, but copies of our data logs, because there have been times when like I think it's Medi-Cal that does audits, and because we bill for services, and so they'll do audits over summertime when we're like out on vacation. There have been SLPs that have been on trips. They can't access their therapy logs, so they have us send everything in case they like pull a student's file or whatever. So I'm going to be spending some time today making copies. Usually my SLPA and I do this together, but she's not with me today. And we have plans the rest of the week. She'll help me Thursday probably with this, but tomorrow we are meeting with another SLP and that SLP SLPA to get some prepping done for next year. So I'm kind of like, I would rather just get a really good head start on all of this today. So we're gonna do that. And another piece that kind of goes along with that is I need to go through my data binders. Let me show you. So I have a binder like this for both of my sites. It has all of my students' data in it. And in the front of each student's data, like all of their logs, I have a daily attendance sheet. So I need to go through all of their sheets and I need to double check their service count and make sure like everything adds up to what's on their data logs. This will also help me because for my students that are going on to have a new SLP next year, all the ones that transitioned, I always put a little cover sheet on their file when I give their files over at the beginning of the year that just says whatever their last whatever their last session was. So like if they're on session 45 out of 55, I'll put that on here. I'll also write little notes about the students, like if they have a device, like write what we're doing with the device or like be like see report or like whatever. So I'm gonna do as much as I can of that today. I need to make the cover sheet because I can't find the saved one from last year and I really liked that one. So I'm gonna remake it and then start putting those in the student files for their next SLPs. It's also, I do it for every kid because this also helps me because I pull all their data and I keep that in like a stored file for like 24-25 school year. So then like I don't want to have to go through all those old things next year when I'm like getting all of the scheduling and stuff ready for the students that are returning to me. I'm missing my other data binder. I don't know where I put it, but I need my other one for my other site. It might be in my car. Maybe I'll have to go get that. But yeah, that's the plan for right now. Before I do any of that, I actually need to sit and go through. I had some mistakes on my IEPs from yesterday on a couple of them. So I'm gonna go through and quickly fix my mistakes and then get started on making copies. So I'll be in the workroom for a little bit. I've been walking back and forth between the office and my room, like to make copies and stuff. And my eyes are just watering so bad from my allergies. So I look like I've been crying and I have not. But I made these, well, I didn't make them. My friend made them. But I copied a bunch of these transfer file forms. They're really cool. Let me show you. Give you an idea of what you could make for your end of the school year speech file transfer forms. Oh my gosh. So the idea is that I'll fill out all the student information on each of these forms, to put in their speech file when I transferred over to the next SLP. I could write any blurbs, so like student likes, dislikes, things like that here. And then I love that she put a little spot for like AAC, because this helps us just know what kind of where they're at with like using low tech, high tech, and then if they're just adult language processing. I love having this as something that like I can quickly look at and be like, okay, like here they are. Maybe I'll do the stages. I don't know that I need to, but most of my kids are right around here. But yeah, I love this form. So shout out Allison, she's amazing. The copy machine in our workroom is out of toner. What's up with my hair? I don't know. It's out of toner, and the only one that's available is the one behind the secretary's desk, and I could go use it, but like I feel so bad. So I think what I'm gonna do is just get as much copies as I feel comfortable doing up there. First I'm gonna organize it. So here's my 24-25 data sheet. I'm gonna go through the binder for, what site is this? This site. Pull all their data except for the one student that I'm still technically seeing because his sessions were written weird and I have to see him this week. And so, yeah, I'm gonna pull out their data. Oh, and I need to pull out their attendance logs, that's right. So maybe what I'll do, here's what I'm gonna do. Here's the plan. I'm gonna fill this out as I pull their data, so that way I have their completed session count. So make as many copies as I can without feeling like I'm using all of the toner in the workroom copy machine. Because what I can do is take my other sites' data sheets, I'll take them over there on Thursday and copy them there. So I'm using their ink for their kids, if that makes sense. Sorry, this angle's weird, but it's what I'm working with right now. Just got back from lunch. Just got done eating lunch, I guess, back from the lunch break. I'm still working on student files for this site, and then I'll probably get started on them for my next site pretty soon. But my plan is to be here for only about an hour, hour and a half more. Then I'm gonna head over to my other site, actually. I forgot I need to do this, but I have to send home some more forms for my kids that have iPads to get everything like locked in for them to be able to keep their iPads home over summer. So their devices, communication devices is what I should be saying. So I have 2 students over there that I need some signatures for. So I'm gonna bring these forms over and then work with a student over there that I need to kind of double check his progress on, because I just finished my progress reports, but had one unsolved mystery. So that's kind of the plan. So today's one of those days where I'm like trying to be in too many places at once, but I'm proud of myself because I'm not chickening out on leaving the site and going to my other site where I need to be right now. Sometimes I do that because I'm like, I do not feel like traveling and I don't have to go today, but I want to get these things done and checked off my list. I have the signature forms for some of my iPads and devices and stuff that I could take them tomorrow morning, but I'm like, I should do it now, so that way we're just on top of things. But so far I'm making a good dent in everything. Got a lot of copies made of my data logs, and I'm feeling like I'm catching up and getting my stuff, like my checkout, end of the year checkout stuff, checked off the list. So we'll carry on. I basically got a whole site's worth of data logs copied and like organized so I can take them to the district office on Friday when I go. So Thursday I'll spend doing the other sites is my plan, because it obviously only took me about half a day to get like all of that solidly done. So yeah. You ready? Ready? Set? Go! I am so excited right now because I'm about to work out for the first time in like 2 weeks, 3 weeks maybe. I'm not really sure, but I get to work out today. and it's been too long. I need to move my body. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a fun little montage of me working out and then getting ready. We have literally 2 hours, exactly 2 hours till we're leaving for improv, and I want to wash my hair before we go. I'm gonna try a new I guess habit stack of washing my hair since I let it air dry anyways. I'm gonna just see if I like letting it air dry at improv. So let's work out, let's make dinner, let's get our hair clean. Oh, feels good. Feels good to be back to that kind of energy. This is the first week in a long time we're really early. Mark wants an award, which, you know what? Honestly, I think he deserves one for this because we're 10 minutes early. This is unheard of in our time frames.
Unparalleled.
I give you an award.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Start on, and every next line.
Okie dokie. Woo! Improv was amazing. I am grateful that I have a voice after it. I don't think I overdid it, but I definitely loved getting to be back up there and playing, and I mean, even just working out today. Oh my gosh, I feel like I'm back baby. But it's time to do a little nighttime skincare. This is the scariest part of my day right here. Oh yeah, all clean. I think I mentioned this in one of my more recent vlogs, but I use the Primarily Pure Normal Skin Cleansing Oil, which is my absolute favorite step when I'm like starting to take my makeup off, because this is just so nice on my skin. I feel like it gets everything off of my face. I do double cleanse. I do the Pros Custom Cleanser usually after I do that, or I have an Osea cleanser that I really like too, so I kind of just alternate between the two. Now I'm gonna do I alternate between this soothing cream from Primarily Pure. Can you see? I alternate between this and the plumping cream. They both have tallow in it, but this is this beautiful like blue color because it has, I think it has blue tansy in it, right? Or am I tripping? It has to be blue, yeah, organic blue tansy. My skin really loves this stuff. So that's it. That's all I do for my nighttime skincare. Well, at least tonight. Some nights I'll do a little more. Some nights I'll do like more like active stuff. I don't know if it's my age or it's just like, you know, your body changes every 7 years or whatever. So I don't know if like I'm in a stretch where, you know, my skin and everything has kind of evened out, or if it's just a combination of everything, like, which is probably what it is. It's like the skincare I'm using is really good. I'm hydrating way more now than I used to, like in my early mid-20s, and obviously like what you eat is a big factor in that. So thank you for watching the last couple days. Thank you for, I don't know, going through the beginnings of getting all checked out for the end of the school year. I can't believe this time is upon us. Thank you for being here and just going through all the emotions with me, on the IEPs and all that. It's been fun to take you along, and I'll see you soon. Okay, I'm gonna go to bed. Good night.